You have been pretty open in saying it is a real long shot. That may be overstating it. The chances of you unseating Donald Trump, and we can show actually some of the numbers about his popularity within the Republican Party, over 80%, 84%, something like that at this point. So if, in fact, you don't really think it's likely that you're going to unseat him, why are you doing it?
Because I think we need to have a conversation as to what it means to be a Republican. I think we need to have a conversation on where we're going as a country on debt and deficits and government spending. I think we're headed for real trouble. I think we need to have a conversation on trade and whether we're inward versus outward looking. I think we need to have a conversation on the value of institutions in our country. I think we need to have a conversation on tone. So I think there are a bunch of different conversations to be had, and whether I'm successful or not in achieving the presidency, I think I can be successful in advancing some of those debates.
So how do you get that done as a practical matter? Because it's going to be hard to have a debate with the president. I don't think he's going to want to debate you. You got a lot of states saying we aren't even going to hold a primary. You won't even get it on the ballot. So how do you change that conversation if you can't get a platform?
Well, that's not true, and we're talking to each other right now on a distribution vehicle that's going to hit lots and lots of people, and I do that many times over in a day. I think that all we can do in life is what we can do. And so what I can do is to say, I stand for these ideas. I think that they're important to people's lives. I think it'd be a huge mistake not to have a discussion. I think it's amazing, frankly, that I've watched a number of different Democratic debates, and there's been not one sentence to debt or deficit or government spending, though I think we're in a fairly precarious position on those fronts. And concurrently, obviously, there's no discussion on the Republican side. Again, I'm going to do what I can do to advance that debate because I think it's, again, really, really important.
And it's not the first time that that's happened. If you go back to 2016, I don't remember either candidate talking about debt or deficit. The only discussion is we have to keep entitlements and maybe increase them, as far as I can recall. Nobody's talking about this. At the same time, when we talk to various lawmakers in the House and the Senate, and they tend to be Republicans, I will say, they say they're really concerned about it. Do you have people behind the scenes who are coming to you from your party saying, you know what, this is a real problem, we want you to be speaking out on it?
Yeah, I had an unnamed lieutenant governor of a given state in this country who called me the other day. He said, Mark, you're doing absolutely the right thing. You need to do this, and you need to keep pushing. And don't know what comes of it, don't know whether you'll be successful, not successful, but we need to have this debate as Republicans. I mean, I think it's amazing. You saw the numbers last week. We're for the first time in this kind of benign economic environment, we're tripping the $1 trillion number in terms of deficit. And if you look at the numbers over the next 10 years, we're projected to run well over $1 trillion a year, and that's if the economy stays strong. Fact is, we're at 121 months in terms of the length of this recovery. It's about double the average of the last, 50 years, which has been more like about 58 months. And so we're going to see a downturn at some point. The question is, what tools do we have in the toolkit to deal with it? Because historically, Fed has been a lower policy, lower rates. They're kind of out of room there. And on the fiscal side, you've seen deficits increase by about 5 points in every recession over the last 50 years. Out of room there. So I think we have something of a tinderbox that has been set with regard to a financial fire that could hurt not only markets, but frankly people's savings accounts, their retirement account, their ability to have a job.